All of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
Well, this is a person that checked out the movie Wicked and had a little bit of an altercation in theater. So were they a jerk or not? They said in the email they sent to us, mail@kvjshow.com. I was looking so forward to seeing the movie Wicked. I went to the theater with my snacks all ready, and not even 5 minutes in, there's a girl 2 rows in front of me who is scrolling through her phone and watching videos. It was so distracting, the light just blaring off of her phone, that I couldn't even focus on the movie. Now, I would have gotten an usher, but I didn't want to miss any of the movie itself. So, since she was 2 rows in front of me and I couldn't just tap her on the shoulder, I threw a kernel of popcorn at her and it hit her phone.
Good aim.
Very good.
I don't hate it. I think it's a good move.
So then she looks back at me and I shoot her eye daggers. I then make a gesture, put your phone away. But instead of being nice, she looks back at me and then turns the brightness up on her phone and then shines it in my face and scowls.
I'm dumping my whole entire soda on her head.
She didn't. That's savage. She dumped her popcorn on her head.
Oh, I don't know.
See, popcorn's too dry. I'm grabbing the soda. I'm grabbing my kid's soda, and now we're going to war in the theater.
My popcorn is not dry. They call me Butters Pennington. I love
Butters.
I love when my popcorn is buttered and wet.
They do call him Butters. I have
believe
heard
it.
them in the club.
I believe it, yeah. And then she just walked out. She said, all right, well, if I'm going to miss the movie and be out some money, I figured I'd go big. It was oddly satisfying, and you know what? I'm kind of proud of myself for making my own movie moment, but does it make me a jerk?
No.
No.
I don't think it does. She turned the light up on her phone and then pointed the phone at you, and she's the one in there being rude and on her phone. Oh, hell no.
I'm just kind of annoyed you wasted all that popcorn. A movie theater popcorn is not cheap.
You can buy more popcorn. You can never redo a moment for vengeance. You always should take advantage of those moments when life presents them to you.
Okay. What would you say, Jay Bird? Are you a jerk when you dump your popcorn all over somebody's head?
Yeah, well, you're wrong. So both can be the jerk, and I think if you're starting to get physical with somebody, that's how you have brawls in the theater. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm ruling jerk on both of them.
Okay. All right. Virginia, you're happy with being a jerk sometimes, so.
Well, I think when someone starts it, I'm going to finish it. How about that?
Oh boy,
I'm not going to start nothing, but if you want to start something, I will finish it for you.
I don't want to start on that.
How do you feel about this comment from GWB in the KBJ TV chat? It says, do not throw S-bomb at people.
Yeah, I agree with her.
Virginia, do you agree that you should not be throwing things at people?
I just don't agree with that. I think sometimes
Hmm.
if someone is being so rude as to have their phone all lit up in the theater and you threw one kernel of popcorn, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, that's coming from somebody that threw a lug nut at me before.
I mean, I've thrown so many things. I threw shrimp off the head of one of our morning show competitors at a gala.
That was the first event I ever did with this gig. It was Virginia throwing shrimp at our competition.
Yeah,
So
I play for real.
It's a lot different than working at the Limited where I was working.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to throw food off of people.
Angie thinks that the popcorn girl is the one who actually started because she was the first one that kind of broke down that barrier between the two by throwing the kernel of popcorn.
Yeah,
Said she could have just used her words like a grown-up. Now, I think she's trying to justify it by saying the girl was 2 rows in front of her, so, you know, you can't sometimes maybe use your words, and she couldn't really reach over to tap her, so that's why she threw the popcorn instead.
It was a
to get her
distance
attention.
issue.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
You could get up and walk
Yeah.
over.
If
and
she's right in front of you, you'd be like, hey, would you mind?
Right.
well, 2 rows and then you
Well,
can hit.
I think a row up. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a gap. There's
Yeah.
people in front. Yeah.
Still pretty good distance, though.
Yeah, your aim is spectacular that you hit her phone from that far. I mean,
Yeah. Well, Angie said, you know what? Because you just upped it. It wasn't a scene until you got up and dumped your popcorn on her head. Now it's definitely a scene. You're definitely a jerk. So she's on that side. And it's pretty close right now. It's almost 50-50. But 53% of people say that this girl is not a jerk for dumping her popcorn over this other rude girl's head in the theater.
You guys are insane.
that's my lawless crazy girls right there.
Wow. How about that?
When they go low, we go lower.
And Virginia, you're just thinking the only mistake was you should have made it wet like a soda.
Yeah, I mean
Or
that's how you.
Bird's buttered popcorn.
That's how you really do it. Make it wet.
And by the way, I'm just glad you're able to get your own butter now. You can really get that thing drenched.
Self-serve butter is one of the nice innovations of the new fancy theater.
That's how, we've become a civilized society. Serve yourself buttered popcorn at the theater. This person wants to know if they're a jerk for dumping their gym partner. Says, I am friends with a girl from work. We hang out because it's convenient. After work, we'll grab a drink on Friday, and then we'll go to the gym on the other days of the work week. The problem is that this girl is model hot, and she knows it. She likes to go to the gym in revealing skin-tight workout clothes, and then always conveniently winds up positioning herself near the hottest guy in the gym to do the most sexually suggestive stretches I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
She's the reason the guys go to the gym.
Clearly the guys notice. It's a whole thing that goes on. She loves it, but I am so embarrassed and kind of annoyed. So I've been thinking of breaking up this arrangement. But before I did, this girl comes to me right before Thanksgiving, and she tells me how thankful she is that I was her friend. She said that she doesn't really have any girlfriends, and that I was the one person who didn't judge her like the other girls do. The problem is, I do judge her a lot. But I do have empathy that she is so self-unaware about how she sabotages her own relationships with women.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy.
And even though she does bring it on herself, I am sad for her. Am I the jerk if I end the only female friendship she has?
I was just on the phone with a female having this same discussion last night. My friend is the nice one who's not sexually suggestive, and she is going through the same exact thing of like, okay, do I tell this girl that she's the problem, that she's the reason that all the women don't like you because of how you carry yourself through life?
How do women handle this? What's going on in your thing? Do you ever have a conversation with them, or you just keep talking behind their backs?
My friend is choosing to not have a conversation with her and just back away from her. And that, to me, is the thing that you do to cause the least amount of drama in your own life. If you go to her and you tell her that she's the problem, now you have to like coach her and help her. And
right.
She's like your project now, because once you give her that information, you are going to be turning her world upside down. Do you have time for this?
I mean, I don't know. As an outsider, this woman sounds awesome. The one that worked out hard.
I just don't think any of us should be putting this much effort into helping a girl that's so self-unaware and sabotages all the relationships with women in her life. Like, chances are you're going to try to help her, and she's not going to be able to be helped, and you're going to end up having to leave her anyway. But you'll be a lot less damaged if you do it now than if you stick around to try to help her.
And that doesn't make you a jerk, for in a sense turning on this person instead of taking the time to try to help them through this and make them aware that, you're bringing this on yourself.
They were nice, saying how you're friends.
I know, and I would feel bad, and that's a thing too, because if she has no other friends, you hate for her to be alone on this earth.
Okay.
But gosh, now you got to be all involved. You got to be her life coach.
Did you ever have that when you worked out at the gym a lot? Did you ever work out with somebody that would kind of embarrass you? They'd lift up and go, oh! One of those type.
He was that guy.
Yeah.
You saw his hot dog neck?
I could never get anybody to work out with me. I wondered why.
I did see Kevin work out at the gym, and it was insane.
And you want to see how seductive my stretches are?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. You might have been the guy.
I was the guy.
I don't work out with Kevin. He's working too hard here.
Yeah, nobody ever work out with me.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.